Okay, we're going to pick up on page 49, Mac. So remember, we left off really learning about two characters, Bob and Julia. We learned about Julia, who loves art, sits with Ivan almost every night, and Dad is George, and he cleans the Big Top Mall. And her mom used to clean as well, but stopped showing because she got sick. Bob doesn't trust anybody except for Julia, humans, that is, because we know that Bob does trust Ivan and Stella too. All right, Mac. Usually Mac leaves after the last show, but tonight he is in his office working late. When he's done, he stops by my domain and stares at me for a long time while he drinks from a brown bottle. George joins him, broom in hand, and Mac says the things he always says. How about the game last night? And business has been slow, but it'll get better. You'll see. And don't forget to empty the trash. Matt glances over at the picture Julia is drawing. What are you making? He asks. It's for my mom, Julia says. It's a flying dog. She holds up her drawing, eyeing it critically. She likes airplanes and dogs. Mac mutters. Mac murmurs, sounding unconvinced. He looks at George. How's the wife doing anyway? About the same, George says. She has good days and bad days. Yeah, don't we all, Mac says. Mac starts to leave, then pauses. He reaches into his pocket, pulls out a crumpled green bill, and presses it into George's hand. Here, Mac says with a shrug. Buy the kid some more crayons. Mac is already out the door before George can yell, Thanks! So there's a really neat character trait there about Mac. Think about what level it is to give him money. Think about why he might have given George money. And think about what level that puts Mac at least in that moment. Because I'm not sure that we know quite who Mac is yet. We know he owns the place. We know he yells a lot. We know he runs like the carnival part of it, the circus part of it. But we don't know what kind of person he is yet. But that gives us a good clue, maybe. Page 51, not sleepy. Stella, I say after Julia and her father go home, I can't sleep. Oh, of course you can, she says. You are the king of the sleepers. Shh, Bob says from the perch on my belly. I'm dreaming about chili fries. I'm tired, I say, but I'm not sleepy. I wonder what that means. I'm tired, but I'm not sleepy. What are you tired of? Stella asks. I think for a while. It's hard to put into words. Gorillas are not complainers. We're dreamers, poets, philosophers, nap takers. Think about those things. Do you ever think of a gorilla as a dreamer, a poet, a philosopher? Certainly a nap taker if you've ever been to the zoo. But think about how Ivan sees himself and about how maybe we look at Ivan, perception. I don't know exactly. I kick at my tire swing. I think I may be a little tired of my domain. That's because it's cage, Bob tells me. Bob is not always tactful. Another great word, tactful, tact, using tact. Sometimes you are thinking something about someone, but you don't say it out loud because you know it'll hurt their feelings. Bob clearly doesn't do that. He just kind of, but again, think about why. I know, Stella says. It's a very small domain. And you're a very big gorilla, Bob adds. Stella, I ask. Yes. I noticed you were limping more than usual today. Is your leg bothering you? Just a little, Stella answers. I sigh. Bob resettles. His ears flick. He drools a bit, but I don't mind. I'm used to it. Try eating something, Stella says. That'll always make you happy. I eat an old brown carrot. It doesn't help, but I don't tell Stella. She needs to sleep. You could try remembering a good day, Stella suggests. That's what I do when I can't sleep. Stella remembers every moment since she was born. Every scent, every sunset, every slight, every victory. You know I can't remember much, I say. There's a difference, Stella says gently, between can't remember and won't remember. So, why do you think Ivan won't remember? And we know a little bit about his past, but not a lot. Because remember, we're looking through whose eyes? That's true, I admit. Not remembering can be different, but I've had a lot of time to work on it. Memories are precious, Stella adds. They help tell us who we are. Try remembering all your keepers. You always liked Carl, the one with the harmonica. Carl, yes. I remember how he gave me a coconut when I was still a juvenile. It took me all day to open it. I try to recall other keepers I have known. The humans who cleaned my domain and prepared my food and sometimes kept me company. There was Juan, who poured Pepsis into my waiting mouth, and Katrina, who used to poke me with a broom when I was sleeping, and Ellen, who sang, "How much is that monkey in the window?" with a sad smile while she scrubbed my water bowl. So why was she sad? And there was Gerald, who once brought me a box of fat, sweet strawberries. Gerald was my favorite keeper. Look what Ivan's doing already. He is remembering. And we know Gerald is his favorite keeper, and it sounds like he's had some pretty cool keepers. I haven't had a real keeper in a long time. Max says he doesn't have the money to pay for an 8 babysitter. These days, George cleans my cage, and Mac is the one who feeds me. When I think about all the people who have taken care of me, mostly it's Mac I recall, day in and day out, year after year after year. Mac, who bought me and raised me and says, I am no longer cute. As if a silverback could ever be cute. Moonlight falls on the frozen carousel, on the silent popcorn stand, on the stall of leather boot belts that smell like long-gone cows. The heavy work of Stella's breathing sounds like the wind in trees, simile, and I wait for sleep to find me. The Beetle. Matt gives me a new black crayon and a fresh pile of paper. It's time to work again. I smell the crayon, roll it in my hands, press the sharp point against my palm. There's nothing I love more than a new crayon. I search my domain for something to draw. What is black? An old banana peel would work, but I've eaten them all. Knot tag is brown. My little pool is blue. The yogurt raisin I'm saving for this afternoon is white, at least on the outside. Something moves in the corner. I have a visitor. A shiny beetle has stopped by. Bugs often wander through my domain on their way to somewhere else. Hello, Beetle, I say. He freezes, silent. Bugs never want to chat. The beetle's an attractive bug, with a body like a glossy nut. Simile. He's black as starlight. Simile. Excuse me. He's black as a starless night. That's it. I'll draw him. It's hard making a picture of something new. I don't get the chance that often. But I try. I look at the beetle, who's being kind enough not to move, then back at my paper. I draw his body, his legs, his little antenna, his sour expression. What does that mean? While you're watching this, make a sour expression. I guess I gave it away, didn't I? I'm lucky. The beetle stays all day. Usually bugs don't linger when they visit. I'm beginning to wonder if he's feeling all right. Bob, who's been known to munch on bugs from time to time, offers to eat him. I tell Bob that won't be necessary. I'm just finishing my last picture when Mac returns. George and Julia are with him. Mac enters my domain and picks up a drawing. "Oh, what the heck is this?" he asks. "Beats me what Ivan thinks he's drawing. This is a picture of nothing. A big black nothing." Julie is standing just outside my domain. "Can I see?" she asks. Mac holds my picture up to the window. Julia tilts her head. She squeezes one eye shut. Then she opens her eye and scans my domain. What's she doing? Make a prediction right now. "I know!" she exclaims. "It's a beetle! See that beetle over there by Ivan's pool?" "Man, I just sprayed this place for bugs." Mac walks over to the beetle and lifts his foot. Before Mac can stomp, the beetle skitters away, disappearing through a crack in the wall. Mac turns back to my drawings. "So you figure this is a beetle, huh? If you say so, kid." "Oh, that's a beetle for sure," Julia says, smiling at me. "I know a beetle when I see one." It's nice, I think, having a fellow artist around. There is the beetle. Pretty cool. Julia gets Ivan. All right, on to the next.